the next
Okay,
gathering.
can you share
Back in the freezer it goes.
Is there a way you can send me the link to the live?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Make it larger, because maybe it's hiding.
Yes.
You know how sometimes they're
My other here's bake
Why
sale.
is this part here?
the
Oh, it's a
chat.
chat.
She's
I usually have a
alive
chat
and
on here.
well.
Okay.
Ask for anything else. Thanks, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, share that. Copy, and then just email it to me, and then I'll put it on Facebook. Let me know when you sent it.
It's done.
You just sent it?
All right. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what happened there, but we were not live, so now we're live. We're sending out the link. I want to make sure the link works before I start back in again.
Yeah, I can't seem to get access in here. Usually I can.
Are you able to get it? I don't know why it's saying unavailable. Maybe I'll just put it in.
I'm getting it. If you put the link in the top, you can get it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
So just click on the link if it works.
No, you probably have to reload the link. Yeah, you have to reload the link probably, because I just did it and it works. Right. Hopefully everybody's got it now.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna start over again.
Okay.
So welcome to Coffee with the Principal. Glad to see you here. I have some information, some things that I need from you, and then some other information to tell you about. One is to make sure that you fill in the school experience survey. Most of the students have filled it in their advisory class. It's an online survey. Ask you different questions about the school, what you liked about the school, that kind of thing. And hopefully we'll get a lot of positive responses, because this does count for our overall score as a school along with our test scores. So the more positive you can be, the better, of course. But if there are things you need to let us know about, definitely let us know. And on that topic, if you have any issues, please make sure to contact teachers or contact myself so that we can respond to them. I do try to get back to parents and teachers within 24 hours, sometimes in the middle of the night, because I'm up and I'm answering email. That's the only time I have when I'm not in classrooms or dealing with students. So I do try to get back to you. So please let me know if there are any issues. So the survey link was in the Sunday newsletter. It's achieve.lausd.net/school experience survey. So achieve.lausd.net/school experience survey. And you can go on and answer the questions. That would be really helpful. The high response level, of course, means that we have a lot of interested and involved parents, which we always do, which is great. The other thing I was talking about earlier is the lost and found. We have quite a few items in lost and found. Most of them do not have labels in them, so I can't say enough that you need to put your labels in your students' sweatshirts, jackets, etc., so that we can return them to them. If you have not collected the items by Friday, December 14th, we will give all the many Nalgene's and lunch boxes, etc., to Goodwill, and all of the uniforms will be washed and put in our used uniform donation group for girls who may need uniforms here and there. And then we always have the times when people forget their sweatshirts and they're cold, and I give them a sweatshirt out of the used uniform sweatshirt group. On the issue of uniforms, we are now in inclement weather and it's cold. I'm seeing a lot of uniform violations. They need to have their sweatshirt, that is their gala sweatshirt, and over it a black jacket. Let me just emphasize jacket, because a lot of girls are coming with black sweatshirts over their sweatshirts, which makes no sense. So we need to have the gala sweatshirt with a black jacket only. So they don't have a black jacket. Maybe that's something they can get for Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the celebrations over winter break. Again, on uniforms, we are moving our land uniform company. We were with Carousel. Carousel was really local and on Pico and so easy to go to. Now it's way over in Highland Park, very difficult to get to. So we're moving to Michael's on La Brea and Manchester, again, fairly local. And we'll let you know details on that as soon as it becomes available. But they're also going to give us some extra sizes and plus sizes and some great options for pants. So we're really excited about going with this new company as a in-person company. Well, of course, we always still have the Lands End online to use as well. Our final admissions tours, thankfully, are this Friday. We have a morning and an afternoon. Thank you to all the parents that have worked so hard on this and all the students to make sure that anyone coming to Gala really knows what Gala is all about. And when they apply, they really know that, why they're coming here. I wanted to tell you about our finals. Our finals are next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and students will be getting out at 1:50. So they're getting out early, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. So they have 2 finals a day. I think it's 1, 2 first day, 3, 4 the second day, and 5, 6 the third day. It's up to teachers whether or not they give a final and how much the final counts for. So, it's up to your student to find out what's involved with the final, what will they need to have, what do they need to study. And this is really the last chance to improve their grade before the final grades. These are the ones that count. All along, everybody's been worried about the 5-week, the 10-week, the 15-week. None of those scores go anywhere. They're just a kind of progress report. So the 20-week, which we'll give in December, those are the final grades that do go in your school records. For middle school, it doesn't really go anywhere except for to high school, which is easy because it's going to us. And then except for 2 courses in middle school, that would be your Spanish course and those of you who are in 8th grade algebra. Those 2 grades do count as part of your transcript for college. Other than that, all those middle school report card grades don't count for anything else except for just kind of progress. And then high school, those do count for high school graduation and for college acceptance. So we don't accept anything below a C. So if your child has gotten a D or fail in one of their classes, they will be repeating them, whether that's in summer school, at a college, or online. They will need to repeat them if they have a D or a fail. Let's see, that was finals. Oh, and also Beyond the Bell should be here from 2 o'clock on those 3 days. So for middle school, high school, there is nothing for you. So the high school students need to go across to the library or be picked up, or they can hang out till about 3 or 3:30 when our security leaves and just hang out around the school. All the office hours are suspended during finals for obvious reasons. There's no reason to continue to have office hours during the final exams. And then the final day of that week, Friday, is a really fun day. It's our talent show. It's become an annual tradition. Girls have been trying out this week for the talent show, and they're going to know probably by tomorrow whether they were accepted into the talent show. But it's a really fun event, and we have a lot of talent here. It's really exciting. Really, a lot of girls came out to try out for the talent show, and there's some wonderful talent, and it's a fun day. They do go to their advisories. They do a lot of work in their advisories, and they have the talent show to look forward to. So it's a fun day, and it is a full day. So 3:30 dismissal on the 14th, and then you have 3 weeks of vacation. Yay. We're all going to try to relax and have some good rest and relaxation and fun, family fun, and we come back on the 7th. January 7th is a full day. They go to every single class so that we can check in. And then we just go on with the spring semester. A lot of excitement happening and a lot of new field trips for the spring semester that we're excited about and new programs. Let's see, what else do we need to go through? Of course, their first dance and music performance is tonight and tomorrow night. It's $10 before the performance and $15 at the door. Please, please come out and support our wonderful dancers and musicians and our dance and music programs. There will be baked goods sale that will also support our program. So come out and support our arts. We just were able to add our music teacher this year, so we're super excited about the performance tonight. I wanted to tell you also about our rainy day schedule. So during our when we have rainy days, we really want to have the girls inside the cafeteria or directly outside under the covered eating area. And it's very difficult to manage being a co-location. So during a rainy day, their middle period will be cut in half. So they'll go to their middle period, whether that's third or fourth period, for about 40 minutes, and then they will go to lunch and then they'll come back to that period. So it's not really that big of a change. You won't notice it as a parent, but students do notice it, but it's nice because they're in a warm cafeteria to have their lunch. They won't be allowed to sit outside and around the campus for obvious reasons. We don't want them to get wet and cold and sick. So just wanted to make you aware of that. And then another facilities issue, our bathroom building is here, which I'm super excited about. Yay! After 3 years, it's like, yay, it's finally here. It is getting connected right now. I have meetings regularly with the construction crew, and they're working really, really hard to make sure it's available as soon as possible. There will be 10 bathrooms in the building. So it'll be great and nice. And it's our own building on our own campus. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping, not when we come back, but maybe beginning of February, everything will be connected and ready to go. So they're working on electricity, plumbing, all the stuff that they need to do for the bathroom right now. But the building's here, so it's exciting. What else I need to go through? Oh, good news. Our PSAT scores are back. If you're an 8th through 11th grade parent, you should be getting the individual scores mailed to you so that you can take a look at them. This is the first time we've tested 8th grade. We're really excited because these are our 8th graders are girls that started with us in the beginning and are kind of I feel like a true test of our program because they've been here since 6th grade. They're coming, in 8th grade and 9th grade, they're going to be taking the SAT. And I'm really proud to say that their average score was 909. The district was 817 and the state was 757. So we are way, way above the state. Yay! And the state average includes private schools. So really, really way above anything I expected with the PSAT. And that trend continues through 11th grade. I'm really excited that some of our 11th graders, we had some near perfect scores, and that's really going to help for because the 11th grade is what counts for the scholarship. PSAT doesn't count for anything really until 11th grade when it counts for scholarships and also for college recruitment. And then they will be taking the SAT in March. The district is actually paying for the 11th graders to take the SAT, which is very cool. It's a very expensive test. So yay. And we'll shut down the 11th grade that day. And all they'll do is take the SAT. We're working on bringing in an SAT prep program, which will probably be before school and after school, starting when we come back in spring break. And we'll let parents know more about that and students know about it. We think we have about 40 students already signed up for it. So we're super excited about that. And then just in general, thank you to everyone. This first semester has been very difficult, as Monica Henderson said last Coffee with the Principal, for me, being the only single site administrator now with almost 500 girls, almost 22 in staff, or 24 in staff, and handling everything has been really, really difficult. And I could not do it without you, parents, because every time I turn around when there's something going on, someone will step in and help me. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And hopefully I'll get some rest and come back rejuvenated in spring for spring semester. So thank you so much. And now I'm turning it over to Fogella.
Yay.
Yay!
I'm a friend of Gala. You're a friend of Gala. You're a friend of Gala. You're a friend of, we're all friends of Gala. Awesome. So I wanted to say hello, everyone, and I hope you had a great November. We're thankful. This November marked the end of our Gala Giving campaign, and I have some stats that I would like to share with you. So while we did a lot of trying to reach into the parent body to get them to be activated and to come out, we came substantially short of our goal in that we only had 32% participation schoolwide. Our annual giving goal was $150,000. We reached $71,000, in which 40%, which is 47% of our goal. Now, if we were getting graded, that would be an F, right? And we are of the growth mindset, right? And so this is something that we can actually be better at. We have some time. So those of you who haven't given yet and would like to give, please go on to Friends of Gala and give, because we still need this. And the reason why we need this is because we just recently had a board meeting that none of you showed up to, that you are all welcome to come to. And in that meeting, we talked about things that we had to fund and how we're now making decisions on, well, if we fund this now, we won't be able to fund something else down the line. So Ms. Truer's program, which is the music teacher, asked us for $800 for a drumming program that's going to unify a lot of the arts, right? We gave her that because she came to us first. But that means later down the line, because we didn't meet our goal, something of that same ticket price won't be funded. Okay, so it's the official campaign is over now, but it doesn't mean that you can't still give. You can absolutely still give. We will definitely take your money. I don't know anybody who would be like, no, I can't take your money. Your money's not good here. No one will say that. Not one person. We will take your money if you're interested. If you have a business or a company that you work for that does matching, let us know that match is happening so we can know what to expect when it's coming down the pike. So I know New York Life is one of those companies that match. Disney is another company that match. So if you work at a company that does matching and you are giving through your company, because they have funny ways that they do that, just send us an email and say, hey, I'm giving, but I'm doing it through our matching program. So then that way we can go from there. 37% though 32%. Is something that if our daughters brought home that as their final score, we would all be upset. And some of you would be up here yelling like, why haven't we done this, right? Why isn't she getting the grade that we want? And that's because, your participation wasn't there. And I'm yelling at you guys, why can't we do this, right?
Participation means at any level.
At any level. So that meant even if you gave $20, that counted as participation. If you gave $100 and you had 3 kids, all 3 of them counted for that $100 donation. So it wasn't like we were like, oh, we only gave to one kid and you didn't get to the other. It was literally any parent who gave for their children counted. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, I don't necessarily have it, or does it count if a family member gives, like an aunt or an uncle or cousin or godmother, and that gift counts too. So what I would like you to encourage is maybe asking some of your family members, if you don't have it within your own personal budget, asking some of your family members when they're doing their charitable donations to donate to Friends of Gala, because it goes directly to the school. 100% of the money goes directly to these girls' education. This year, right now. We're not waiting for next year. Right now, we have the needs for things like our robotics team asked us for money and they went to a competition and they got first place, right? And that came from the initial seed money for that came from Friends of Gala. When we talk about the PSATs, that was funded from Friends of Gala. When we talk about underwater rovers and pipes and PVC things, that comes from Friends of Gala. So the money that you're giving is not just us having and sitting and hoarding, but it directly goes into the number one thing that we're trying to fund this year that I can't stress enough is providing help for Dr. Hicks. She needs a vice principal. The district won't fund a vice principal until we get to 750 students. We're nowhere near that. And the actual model of the school, if done properly, will never get to that, right? 7 grades, 700 students, we'll be 50 students shy anyway. We need to raise an additional $150,000 to be able to cover that. And so if you haven't understood what Dr. Hicks does, I dare you to walk an hour in her shoes. I've done it several days. I've tried to track her down this school. It is the most difficult thing to do, but she does a lot, and no less does it in Hills, right? So all the more awesome, right? She provides a great education. She fields all of our crazy parent talk with the crazy emails and the small questions she answers, the hard questions she answers. She answers your emails in the middle of the night, right? So she does a lot of things. She talks about friend groups with girls who are crying about my friend, and then turns around and has to do evaluations for all of the teachers because the district is requiring that of her. There are so many and having contractor meetings, and also going to PR events to promote the school. She does so much, and it would be a lot easier, and our kids would benefit a lot more if she actually had the help. So what I'm asking of you is for you to make sure that if you haven't given to the annual Give campaign, and I know you guys are like, yeah, you're gonna keep harping about this, but it's so very important. Let's bring that participation up. It's not too late. Like I said, all through the year, we will be accepting if you come into a little bit of money. When you go to church, a lot of times they ask you for 10%, right? They say, give your tithes and offering of 10%. Think about Gala in that 10%, right? Can you give 10% of something? $25 a week. Can you stop doing Starbucks for a week?
Mhm.
You'll lose a little weight, and you'll be able to give to your girls' education. So these are the things that I'm asking you to do in order for us to bring this participation up, because it's just unacceptable. You guys are all better than this. We as a collective community are better than this. And this doesn't show to the grant writing community when we're writing grants and they're asking us about participation. This doesn't show that we've done everything in our power to fund this and we need their help. This shows that we didn't do everything in our power. We kind of are just now out begging for money from people, and we didn't even do what we can to help ourselves.
In fact, there are 2 grants that just came through, and that's the exact question they asked. What is the percentage of participation of your parent population? And if we can't put down something that's better than that, we can't even try to apply for those grants.
So your grants, I don't even know what the number is, but the grants is basic, like a baseline of what we do to get this. And Stacy and the whole crew in the grant writing, they do a really good job of getting these grants, but we're not helping them by not providing the greatest numbers. I want to give a huge shout out though to Elizabeth Sampson, who for 2 years in a row has beat the drum on this annual giving campaign. If she were here, there would be a trophy and like fanfare and confetti, because she has single-handedly made sure that this stayed on track. And I want you to understand that these are the Friends of Gala. You may not see her face very often in front of you. It's usually my face yelling at you about how we need to give, right? But parents like this dedicate their time. They have full-time jobs, just like I do, just like you do, dedicate their times to help us move these things forward. And so to show our appreciation, we should do the part that we can to help them in this process. But thank you, Elizabeth Sampson. I really appreciate you from the full board. We really appreciate all your hard work, your diligence, and
Woohoo!
yes, you are amazing. You are a goddess, and we appreciate you so much. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is so one of the parents who hopped on our Arts Guild meeting had a great fundraiser that is coming up, and I just wanted to remind you all of it. It is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the quick notes of this. It's a performance that is done off campus, and originally they had offered this opportunity for fundraising to, I believe it was Children's Hospital, but for some reason legalities, they had to back out. And so then they turned their focus in on Gala. So we now have the opportunity to take advantage of this. It is a performance. We can sell up to 350 tickets over 2 nights. And this can make us $2,800 just by showing up, by buying a ticket and showing up to this event. We will generate $2,800 to the Arts Guild. And what the Arts Guild does is it pays for all of your arts and humanities. So field trips for the things that the music department needs, things for the dance department, things for the even English, history. So if there's anything that they need, it's going to come out of this particular fund. And so if you are interested in any of those topics, please go to the Friends of Gala website. You can buy the tickets there. And I believe the tickets are $16. So make it a family night out and support the cause. And that's all I have so far. Claudine is going to hobble over here. And
So just back to the giving, I want to let you know that my birthday's coming up. We're not going to talk about the age, but I put out onto my friend's Facebook page, my own, not Fogella, that instead of any gifts, I would like them to give. In just 2 days, 2 of my friends who I haven't seen in years, who live in other parts of the world and country, have already donated $150. So for my birthday, I'm giving Gala from my friends $150 just because I had a birthday. So you never know when you ask what you may get. So maybe you ask.
right. So when it's your birthday, I know you have one coming up within the next 365 days, you will have a birthday and you can have that as an ask as well for yours. So as far as this particular Coffee with the Principal, those are the 2 major points. Look for a series of emails that will be coming your way about what we fund, because I know a lot of the times the questions are, what do you pay for? What do you pay for? What do you pay for? And so we're actually going to be sending out a series of 8 emails that are coming in January that will let you know exactly what we pay for, exactly which ways we need actual more help, and what businesses we need to reach out to in order to infuse our campus with more partnerships in the community. So looking forward to that. If there are any questions, feel free to email me at president@fogella.org. And I will happily entertain that. If you have any ideas or you have a certain focus of fundraising that you would like, please send that to me as well. Again, president@fogala.org. And I would love to hear from you soon. Thank you and happy holidays. Feliz Navidad. Happy New Year. See you tonight at the winter concert tonight. Bye. In streaming.